My next patron question is from Graham, who would like to know why there's never been a theatrical Mickey Mouse movie. There's The Three Musketeers, which was a direct-to-video release, as well as the Sorcerer's Apprentice segment, which was featured in both Fantasias. But aside from those examples, Disney's top rodent has never had a full feature-length film of his own released on the big screen. Why do you suppose that is? In addition to the examples Graham mentioned, there was also Fun and Fancy Free, half of which had the Mickey and the Beanstalk segment. I bring that up because the original plan was for Mickey and the Beanstalk to be a full-length feature on its own. The artist began developing it that way with Walt Disney's approval, but then the effect of World War II and the studio's financial difficulties in the 40s led to Disney pairing a bunch of shorts together. So the planned runtime of Mickey and the Beanstalk was cut down from what had already been animated, and it was paired with Bongo the Bear to create Fun and Fancy Free. After Disney returned to making animated features with single narratives in the 1950s, the idea of doing a Mickey Mouse feature did not seem to cross Walt's mind. They even stopped making animated shorts with Mickey after The Simple Things in 1953, with him not returning to the big screen until Mickey's Christmas Carol 30 years later. Same goes for a lot of the other characters. While the Donald Duck and Goofy cartoons lasted a little bit longer than Mickey's, they were also affected by Disney dwindling the number of animated shorts produced. For the longest time, Mickey was mostly relegated to being a mascot and the host of the Mickey Mouse Club. Nonetheless, there were the occasional people at Disney who wanted to give Mickey the chance to be the star of a feature film. One of them was story artist Steve Hewlett, who in the 70s pitched an Arabian Nights-inspired adventure with Mickey, Donald, and Goofy, but it was turned down. Then sometime in the 80s, he thought maybe a Three Musketeers adaptation would be a fitting choice for the trio, and suggested that as a possible movie. Disney approved it, and Hewlett and fellow story artist Pete Young started working on the script. Disney even officially announced that movie as being in the works, and that would be the next animated film after The Great Mouse Detective. However, it ran into story problems and did not move forward. 20 years later, Disney would eventually release a direct-to-video Three Musketeers movie with Mickey, Donald, and Goofy. According to Hewlett, though, this was its own thing and did not use the ideas he and Young devised in their version. He would actually try a third time to pitch a Mickey Mouse movie after the new regime came in. He suggested an adaptation of Rudyard Kipling's The Man Who Would Be King, but Jeffrey Katzenberg turned the treatment down. Funnily enough, Katzenberg would later produce a different movie inspired by that story with The Road to El Dorado. So I guess he liked the concept, just not with Mickey Mouse and Friends. In the 90s, there did seem to be an effort on Disney's part to update the characters, bring them to the modern era, and do fun new things with them, but without losing their identity. Goofy seemed to get the biggest treatment as he got the Goof Troop television series and a Goofy movie. That movie performed okay at the box office and then became a big seller on video. But I wonder if it had become this massive hit in theaters if Disney would have approved theatrical movies centered on Mickey and Donald. Mickey Mouse, to his credit, did receive the theatrical short Runaway Brain, which took him in a radically new direction, and he got the Mickey Mouse Works television series a few years later. Both sought to make him more than just the aw shucks goody two-shoes he'd become known for over the years. One rumor started by Jim Hill in the early 2000s was that Disney was developing a movie titled The Search for Mickey Mouse, which would have crossed over several Disney characters and would have involved looking for Mickey after he's been kidnapped. But Disney never officially announced this project, and we only have Hill's word to go off of. Although if this was real and had been made, the premise suggests Mickey would not have had much screen time. Personally, I think a theatrical Mickey Mouse movie has a lot of potential, as he has more personality than he's given credit for. He's been able to sustain a 25-minute short with The Prince and the Pauper, and I quite like the Three Musketeers movie, so I don't see why he shouldn't. All it takes is someone to come up with a truly great idea that Disney will say yes to. I feel like something adventurous would be the correct route to take, as well as a script that really develops the multiple facets of his personality, like what was recently showcased in the Paul Rudish series. Of course, it also depends on if Disney thinks an audience will show up for a Mickey Mouse movie. The higher-ups at Disney might think he does not have the pull to bring in a large theatrical audience, despite being their mascot. But maybe one day they'll surprise us with a big D23 announcement. Thank you for your question, Graham.